How's it going today, guys? We're back at it on the 1947 GMC. First video of the year, maybe? I don't know yet. Maybe I'll do a New Year wrap-up or a year-end wrap-up with a New Year kind of talking thing. But anyways, today looking at putting some exhaust on this, mostly because this is a grass pasture where I'm at, and I've kind of always wanted to have a vehicle with a stack on it, and I figured it'd be a little too weird to have stacks on. Well, it'd be a little cheesy, I think, if it was stacks on the K10. So grain truck works out pretty good. I also don't want to blow stuff all over. I guess it's kind of bare in here, but if it blew carbon out or whatever, I don't want it to catch the field on fire. So we're going to put an exhaust on this before we even try to start it, which won't be today. Really, my goal today is to get an exhaust on it, and I have a die to run over the rear brake, or the rear lug nut studs, hopefully to clean those up a little bit. And then to eventually I need to paint those plates that are on there, but we'll get to that eventually. For right now, I got some stuff I need to put in the truck for later and get started on the exhaust. So one problem, I was not very smart when I bought these. I bought two, I thought they were OD to OD, but they are not. So this is going to make the project just slightly more interesting. Also, they only stocked 45s, not 90s. So although that'll help the exhaust flow, I believe, that's going to make this a little trickier, because I got a tight corner here to catch. Try to get this up and around. So let's see what we can do here. So kind of climbing down here, brought my hacksaw and also my power saw. I think I'm going to try to cut this as close as I can right here. Oh, if I can cut it close here, angling is going to be my next problem. If I come up, then I can kind of tilt it maybe. There might be some finagling here. Be nice if this was OD to OD, I can cut some pipe. Let's say that's more about where I need to be. I just moved it all over the place. I'll cut it just a hair short. That way if I need to adjust it, I can. The exhaust is kind of rusted out down here anyways. Yeah, it's rusted out down there as well. Well, that stinks. Looks like I'll have to scab in a piece here later. But for now... Whoops. My exhaust fell off. But for now, I can go ahead and... Let's see. Yeah, I'll just cut it up there later. There we go. Now I got a little stub at least. Lay stuff out here. Alright. Well, this may turned out okay because I measured the section of pipe. So when I measured this piece here, which is 2 1/4. I did not measure the actual exhaust pipe, which is probably like 2 1/8 or something, I'm guessing. 2 inch. So this may work out where I can just clamp this down or buy a 45 that's whatever size this is to this is. And I'll leave this piece kind of subject to change, but for the time being that'll definitely help me out. gonna set this in the truck so I can get the right piece. So I cut an 18-inch stub here, put me out here, but I think I'm gonna do some finagling here. A 90 would have really helped. I was hoping to get enough angle to kind of just the 45 into the 45. But I think I'm gonna have to get a 90, two 90s. Oh, so my exhaust adventures for today is not working out. Shoot. Well, this video is kind of a bust at this point. Let me see what I can do and see if I can find me two 90s somewhere, and I'll have to continue this another day because kind of shorten myself down here. I've definitely shortened myself there now. Now these 45s won't work. So I'm gonna have to do some extra work to make this work and get some more exhaust pipe. Cut out the bad section up there, up the front, and run it out here. I mean, this also would definitely work, but I can get some more exhaust pipe, cut that out, and just redo it from that down pipe out to here. I think that would be the best idea. Maybe figure out some way to strap it, which I don't think there is a good way. Run a piece out, 90 and 90. Unless I wanted to run the exhaust all the way out to the side, which would look a little goofy if it came out here, but I was really hoping to run it up right in here. Well, it'll work. This is going to be very tight and a lot of 90s. A little bit of tweaking there. If I get it up past the floorboard there, I'll be in a little bit better shape. Of course, I don't want it leaning out there. I'd prefer it to be in this ballpark. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to revise my plans and come at it with a different attack. The lug nut studs are 3/4 16. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. There we go. So that's good. I finally got the right die for that. So I'll have to at some point come back and do that. I realized I don't have to take all the lug nuts off because there's a shoulder there, which makes sense to why they have the plate. I wasn't sure why the plate's on there. I'd like to paint the plate black to match, but for now this will work. Kind of a bust for today. So let me do kind of the stuff I need to do, and then I will pack up and head out and see if I can get the right that thing. I just realized that is really rounded off there. I need to figure out what I got left and see if I can go find the right exhaust pipe and then kind of hit it again. I don't know how soon I'll be able to do it because it's December 27th and it's supposed to be like 50 degrees today, but I think it's supposed to taper off and get really cold here soon, so I guess we'll see. So one of the few things I did want to do is try to get a picture of the points here before I head home, just for the fact that if I go to order a set, I kind of need to know what I'm looking at. Since I'm not quite sure, I'm almost positive this is a 261, but I can never, I'm not sure. Looks like I'll have to get some new radiator hoses. I'll probably just block this stuff off just to get it started. Ground cables. The ground cable will do some good grounding here. I think my whole point, what I think I'm, man, that surely isn't going to ground out there. My goal, I think I'll partially do this over time, but I'll build an independent harness on a can, or an auxiliary fuel tank, and just have that in the cab. And then I'll get some new battery cables and build a harness just specifically to just start it, whether it be just momentary switches or what. Oddly enough, there's a ground clamp over there on the this. So someone must have been trying to do some work to it at some point in time. So there's some stuff I need to look at. The throttle cables are kind of jerry-rigged, but one question I do have is, one thing I'm really curious about is, does it actually have a clutch? Yeah, it does, surprisingly. I think it's neutral. Oop. Guess I won't know until I go to, there we go. It's in neutral now, I'm pretty sure. I have no brakes on this at all, so that'll be kind of interesting. Throttle cables kind of work. I don't know if it's actually moving anything up there, but yeah, we'll kind of see what happens here. Not today, obviously, but gives me an idea. I know the clutch on my 41's gone, so I couldn't remember if that was this truck or that truck, but now I know it was my 41. Alright, so here we are, back at the 47. I think I got everything welded up that I need. Got a new 2-inch OD stick of exhaust glue on here. And I'm going to hop under here and see if I can cut it up. Replace that piece that's in there. This is a little tool. There we go. Replace that stick that's in there. So let me climb in there. That speedo cable looks kind of junky up there now that I look at it. Oh, let me climb up there and we'll see what we can find here. I need to cut it at a straight point. Fortunately, I can only buy these sticks in 10 foot. So let's see what we got going on over here. Alright. Looks like it's rusted out kind of there. That kind of stinks. But it's really rusted up there. That I might get real pokey with and kind of, let me see if I can cut it up here. Whoa! I'll edit that out, I guess. Just shove it up there. I'm going to try to cut it up in here. That ought to work. I'm gonna have to find something to put on jack or something. I should have brought one, but I didn't. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Nice. Get the hacksaw. Trick is the hacksaw now. That looks a little rough. We'll start back here. We can always cut more, but we can't put it back on. Well, I can put it back on. I don't know how people steal catalytic converters because I'm always getting stuff in my eyes. There's a lot of rust in there. Huh. Well, that looks like a semi-solid piece of pipe here. So let me deburr it real quick and we'll stick our exhaust pipe on. Well, we are now straight piped right out the back. I'm just gonna leave it. No, I'm joking. Let's not do that. Let's figure out how to get this stack on. I'm not going to show you how strenuous I worked at this. I'll tell you, my arms are a little tired. Oh, that other pipe is super thin, which is super nice because it's so easy to cut. Fortunately, I tried taking this off and it is wedged on to this other exhaust pipe. So I'll put one of the clamps I got onto it and then we'll proceed from there. Let's see if we can get this other exhaust pipe on. Moment of truth. Did I always wear safety glasses, fellas and gals. Always wear safety glasses. That's for sure. All right. Moment of truth. Will this fit? Now that I spent a bunch of time cutting it. Oh yeah. Looks like we're doing pretty good here. Get this to bend a little bit straighter. I have to trim it down here though. Kind of would like to exhaust into here. So that's about, we'll get the tape measure out and we'll cut a little off and we'll check it. We'll cut a little more. So we'll take a Sharpie's width off. We'll see how that turns out. Kind of a interesting way. I need to get a exhaust hanger for this side of it, because the other one I'm going to have to make either tonight or tomorrow when I weld the rest of this pipe up. So we'll get going here. Alright, let's try to fit this in here. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck like the other pipe. That would kind of stink. Okay. Oh, looks pretty good. Oop. Coming up there. Perfect. Alright, well, I'm going to index everything. And then I'll weld it up and we'll measure this out and we'll get this cut. Let me put my line here so I know where it's coming up to. Okay. Let me index this. Actually, while I'm holding it, I'll just index it. Make my life a little easier. Actually, you know what? I don't want to clamp it, but I think I'm going to. 2 1/4. Just because that gives me the ability to rotate it, which is what I need right now. We'll measure out this other exhaust pipe real quick. I don't really have a good way of holding it. I have to use the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, that was the end of this. I'm going to add a couple inches onto this. I'm going to measure up, see how high I want it. I'll weld my 2 1/4 up to this. I'm not going to put any clamps on until I get this all put together. What I was thinking about doing was taking the clamp and just welding a stud to it and drilling a hole, but I don't know if that's going to work too well. So what I may end up doing is just drilling 2 holes and running the holes through the bed there, just because I think that may be a little easier on me, because I'm not going to have a space, because the way this sits, it's rubbing right up against it. So we'll try that. Let me measure this all out and we'll see what happens. All right, here we are, back at it. Low battery for some reason. The noise you hear, oh, what's that? What's that? It's just the heartbeat of America pounding away over there. The old Chevy truck. Probably ought to leave it running. It's super cold this morning and I'd kind of like to get into a nice heater. And this shouldn't take long. Those are probably some famous last words right there. Anyways, got it welded up over here, and I didn't weld it down here. I'm just going to use clamps. That way I have a little bit of flexibility about how it goes. But let's see if we can slide it on and see where we land so I can drill some holes up here. All right, get the Sharpie out first. I really hope I put the Sharpie back. Yep, there we are. Come on, box of goodies. Let's slip on pretty easy. At least hold it. Look at that. That doesn't look bad. Glad that I guess you guys can't even see it. I hit my head on the dang mirror. And there we are. Look at that. Let's see if I can look at it on the back of the screen here, see if I can see. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cinch this down, make sure I got a 2 1/4 clamp here. Yep. Pull this clamp apart. I was going to make a special mount for this, but it doesn't look like there's enough space between the bed, the cab, and everything else to make it work the way I wanted to, as I was going to weld a stud from the back of this up. That way, it just one bolt holds it. Unfortunately, there's no space, like I said. So let's take these off. Slide this up. Should have brought a level. Just like this. Should have brought my punch. That'll be close enough. Let's see how this turns out. I brought one battery for 2 tools, so we'll see how this actually turns out. Those are 3/8. So let's see if we can get these drill bits out of here. I was working on the crank start yesterday, and that was a little bit of a mess. All right, let's just go whole hog here. 3/8. We'll just 3/8 was loose, so I'll drill that, and we'll grab a slightly bigger one. Just watching my back. A little reshift. Put it like this. Maybe you can see that. Maybe you can't. I don't know. So, one tip with drilling holes is you definitely want to punch it, because I was wanting to be up here, now I'm down here. So I have to kind of, I'll put us in line as long as I stay. So we shift it over. I stay in that ballpark. If I do, that'll be pretty good. Nope, we're walking. All right, let's figure this out, bud. Figure this out. All right, so let's go to a slightly smaller drill bit and see if we can make this work. Wow, this is gonna look really lopsided, but it'll I should have looked at the battery before I left, but we got 2 bars, so hopefully this holds out for the rest of the day. I do have my ratchet. I'm not opposed to using it, preferably. Is that a dream? Okay, let's see if this slips somewhat closely into there. Hey, you know what? It's not bad, but it's not great. Let's open them up a little. Bigger. Grab the strength. Come on now. There you go. Oop, that was just spinning the collet. There we go. Should be done with the drill bits. I'm going to put this stuff up real quick, and then we'll come back. Not the most elegant setup. Well, I can put those off at a later point, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's just send it home. Look at that. Got the pipe on. It looks pretty square. My connection doesn't. All right, so I got a couple more clamps to put on here. Then we'll top it with the crowning jewel. I was climbing down from the top of the bed here, and my enormous weight just broke the welds on this trailer. Oh boy, what a scary time I live in. When I got down was because I wanted to get the camera, and I was curious, why are there so many holes drilled in this roof? Why Why is there screws in here? Anyways, someone threw me, I got thrown for a loop, and it's actually 10 millimeters, so I can't use my impact on the little bolt. So here we are, guys. We got the, I just replaced the battery in this and went from 55 to 40 in a second. So here we are, got the single stack on. Now there's some exhaust repairs I still need to do, and the results of a beer can. I'll probably cut one up and wrap it on there, just to get it running. Later on, when I get it moved to where I really want to be with it, I'll finish welding up the exhaust so I can take the clamps off, and I'll probably take it to take that front piece of pipe off, take it to a muffler shop, and then have that replaced. That way it's all new exhaust up there. Unless I do an engine swap. A little Detroit 353 would be pretty sweet in here. Rolling coal. There's a lot of work before that, so let's not worry about that. I mean, the bed's broken. I'm not going to get very far with that. Anyways, so here we are. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more updates on this truck. Be some coming soon.